The moment that finally snapped my overthinking after my first failure didn't happen on a cricket pitch at all. So I remember it was peak winters and I was walking back home after another terrible cricketing season. My career literally felt dead and I had left everything for this. And then I remember seeing some poor people sleeping shirtless on the streets, and it was peak winters and they had no blanket on, literally no blanket on, guys. And it was peak winters, like 2 degrees Celsius, 3 degrees Celsius, and those poor people were sleeping shirtless and no blanket at all. And then I went back home and I sat on the bed and I realized I still had a phone, a jacket, and a second chance most people would kill for. Literally, most people would kill for. And that moment literally humbled me. It made me feel very grateful for all of the chances that I had in my life. Even though I was going through my first big failure, that moment, looking at those poor people sleeping shirtless on the streets, without blankets on, and it was peak winters, that made me feel very grateful in my life. Even though I was going through my first big failure and I felt down, literally, I had no motivation left to keep going, because I had been working hard for 8 years straight. I left my family at the age of 14 to go and pursue a career in cricket in a different country. I left my family at such a young age and I worked hard for 8 years straight, 10 to 12 hours every single day, and no success at all, literally no success at all. And that was very painful for me, and I was going through my first big failure in my life. I loved playing cricket every single day. I had dreams of playing for India, my country, and I worked hard every single day, and just that one day, in peak winters, just I was coming back home after one of the worst cricketing seasons. Like every single match I had scored like 0, 5, that's it, not more than that. And I was coming back home and just looking at those poor people sleep shirtless on the street and no blankets as well. That made me realize that I had everything that I wanted, like a second chance, a phone, a jacket, a bed to sleep on, a shelter, hot food, everything. you know most and these were things that most people would kill for, and I had them. And that made me feel very grateful in life. Literally, it just took me to another level of humbleness. It made me realize that I have everything I need to succeed again in life. And if you're between the ages of 18 to 25 and you just went through your first big failure, guys, I just want you to go outside and just roam around, look at your environment, and just look at how grateful you are in your life, and how grateful you are in your life to actually have a second chance that you can actually use, a second chance that can literally make your life. And like I always say, your first failure doesn't define you. Instead, your first failure is the fuel to your next big success. And if you're going through your first big failure, guys, I can understand your pain because I have been through the exact same pain, the exact same pain that you are going through right now. And so, guys, like I said, watch this video till the end, because in this video, I will give you one neuroscience tip that you can do right after this video ends or right now, and that will help you a lot. And so, guys, like I said, just looking at those poor people sleeping shirtless on the streets without blankets on, it literally made me feel very grateful in my life. Literally, and I am very thankful for that. I was very thankful for that, and even now, every single day, no matter how I feel, I always feel very grateful. Your first failure makes you think your whole life is ruined, but your brain is zoomed in so tight on that one loss, it can't see what's still in your hands. And that's the truth, guys. So, guys, now I want you to try a very easy neuroscience tip. The neuroscience tip is called the anchor object reframe. It's a very easy tip to do, and it won't take much of your time at all. So, now what I want you to do is pick one thing near you, like your chair, your bottle, your phone. Touch it for 2 seconds and say, "This is one thing I still control." For your convenience, I will repeat it again. So now what I want you to do is pick any one thing near you, like your chair, your bottle, your phone, anything that's near you. Touch it for 2 seconds and say, "This is one thing I still control." So let's talk about what does the anchor object reframe do scientifically, and what does neuroscience say about this tip. So when you touch something solid, your brain stops spiraling. It widens your thinking and reminds you that you're not actually out of options. And so this is one easy tip that you can do right now or right after this video ends. But the step-by-step explained rapid neuroscience brain resets is in the Phoenix Reset, the 24-hour ICE course, which is specially built for 18 to 25-year-olds that guarantees that in just 24 hours, you'll stop overthinking your first big failure, rebuild unstoppable motivation, and take bold action toward your next goal, all using neuroscience backed methods. So, the course link is in my description. Flip your brain back to peak drive in just 24 hours. So, guys, if your first failure made life feel small, join me inside the Phoenix Reset, the 24-hour ICE course. The course link is in my description. So, guys, please understand that your first failure doesn't define you. Instead, your first failure is the fuel to your next big success, guys. And guys, please understand that I'm your brother and I have been through the exact same pain that you are going through right now. The pain of going through your first big failure. I know how that feels. And I can understand your pain and I can relate to you in every freaking way possible, guys. And that's why I got you, guys. I'm your brother. Please understand that. And I got you. Right, guys? So guys, make sure you do the tip that I gave you in this video right after this video ends, or you can do it right now. You can pause the video and do it right now. There's no harm. The tip doesn't take much time at all, literally maybe just a minute maximum. That's it. It won't take much time at all. So all of the tips that I give are very easy tip to do, and they're neuroscience backed, guys. Right? They are neuroscience backed. So guys, fast action is the key to success. Make sure you do the tip that I gave you, like I said, and also do check out the Phoenix Reset, the 24-hour ICE course. The course link is in my description. So guys, I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.